Welcome to On the Beat, everyone. I'm Troy Thompson. Joining me today is Chuck Easley from Easley Law Firm. And today we asked our viewers to send in a heap of questions in regarding property division. We had such an overwhelming response. We're doing a two-part series with this. Welcome to the show, my friend. Nice to see you again.
Thank you, Troy. Good to be here.
You ready to hit the frog and toad with this?
Sure.
All right, so our first question. When a husband and wife obtain a divorce, how is their property divided? In the state of Mississippi.
They can either decide to divide it themselves, and usually that always happens in a no-fault divorce, but in a contested divorce, they usually fight over the property, and the judge decides how to divide it. But there is a third way around this. They can sign what's called a consent agreement on a contested divorce, and they can just have the judge decide that one issue or more issues, but they get a divorce on irreconcilable differences.
That's a good thing?
Yes, that is.
Okay.
Yes, I always recommend that.
All right, you ready for the next question? Can a husband and wife divide their property without the court being involved?
Yes, they can. They do that every time in a uncontested divorce. They can divide it. Usually they fight a little bit, but they'll come to a...
But best to have a lawyer involved.
Yes and no. A lawyer's like a mediator. He tells them what's right and what's wrong.
Okay. All right, our next viewer wrote in, is the marital home always classified as marital property?
No, because a lot of marriages, man or woman brings a house into the marriage, and they live in that. And once they live in that and they're married, it's called the marital home. But unless, if the man, let's say the man had a house ahead of time and it's paid for, then she has no right to it, except a judge can use that in the division of property.
Oh, I didn't know that. I like that question. All right, the next one is, what if there is a mortgage on the home? Who pays the mortgage? I would assume after the divorce or while you're separated.
A lot of people think that whoever gets the house has to pay the mortgage, but there's something that overrules the court, and that's the mortgage company. You sign a contract with a mortgage company. If both parties, a husband and a wife, are on it, they're still responsible for that mortgage. But they can agree, or the judge can agree, that one of them pays the mortgage and they're responsible. But that doesn't let them off the hook with the mortgage company.
Dang. It can be quite, disheartening if you think you don't have to pay for anything. And all of a sudden you're going, well, not a problem here. Okay, what is the status of the property obtained after the husband and wife separate?
Well, divorces sometimes are quick, sometimes they take years.
Right.
And they'll separate, and any property that's obtained after they actually separate, the judge is supposed to just give it to the person who obtains that property. But a lot of times judges will take that into who gets what. They want to try to make everybody come out sort of equal. We're not community property, but we're an equitable state.
I want to ask you one question. It's not on my list here.
Okay.
But, okay, husband and wife living in the house. He goes out and has an affair. She throws him out of the house, and she's living in the property until the divorce is finalised. Who's responsible for that mortgage?
Well, according to the mortgage company, both of them are if they're on the mortgage.
Right.
But
what happens if it's in his name? He is.
He is.
So would he be having to make her pay market value rent, or say to her, listen, you're living in the house, you have to pay the mortgage until we're separated?
They'd have to go to the court, and the court would have to decide that issue.
I love all this drama. I've always wanted to be a lawyer. I'd love to get into the middle of it all.
You really would?
I would. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
If you want to find out more information, there it all is up on the screen for you. Chuck Easley from Easley Law Firm.